Hey Gabe, to what extent has your life been predetermined?
Well, I it's kind of paradoxical to me. I always felt no, it can't be predetermined. But then whenever I try to explain why it's not predetermined, I always end up in the loop of, oh, I've had this thought because of these decisions I've made previously. But they were all decisions I've made because of another thought I've made previously, or a decision I've made previously. So eventually it must have been predetermined. But at what point did I have my first decision to make? At what point did I change from being a baby that was being fed to asking for a different type of food, and ends up in this cycle? And well, I don't know. I still conflict the idea of what predetermination is. That's probably not the word for it, but I don't like it because it removes yourself from the idea. It takes away from the fact that everyone is an individual. But then, in our dreams, we have, well, to my point of view, we have lived it before, so it must be predetermined. I mean, maybe it's the dreams. There must be some influence that happens, because otherwise life, well, is too much of a cycle that there's not enough of a... I mean, obviously there's a point. It's to live it to the fullest and enjoy it whilst you can, but if it is just a cycle, then we'll end up just living it over and over. Like when we die, it's just going to happen again, if it is predetermined. Or maybe it's like different parallel universes, we just hop to a different one. But I mean, there's so many different theories we could go into. I mean, I saw a lot of things on black holes recently, and how you travel through time within them. And once you enter a black hole, you can never enter the physical universe again, because of how time must work in a black hole for there to be, well, literally a hole in the fabric of space and time. And then you look to the opposite, well, a white hole, but it's only theoretical, we haven't seen any yet. But in a white hole, your future will always contain the physical universe because of the way you move through space and time. And I don't know, it just made me think of maybe we've got the wrong shape.
So this one's relatively... yeah, relatively... because I've got loads of my favourite customers received, so all my favourite people that used to come into Team ID got their orders down. Oh, actually, and one of them's... I think I've got one of Cadwyn's, which is my old teacher, but she's dead. She died a few weeks ago, which is actually really sad. But I've got her orders on mine here. And then these two are the most recent ones, and these are really horrible and sad. Like, actually, I had to write a note in, I think it's this one, because I've got this thing where I have to finish all of them, otherwise I get really stressed out. But I've got a note in here somewhere. It's like, I'm going to have to just stop in this book. Maybe it's this one, because it's too sad. Like, it's just not Oh, this one I did. This drawing I did when I was on the phone to you, Ewan, in Wales.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I was sat on the mountain and I rang you. That's probably that's like 2 years worth of art, maybe. Yeah, so this is from the 2nd of January 2023. And it's now 2025. Like I have loads of the rest of the books up there are books I started as drawing books and then just been like, actually no, I don't like it. Like they have to be specific. I just have to like it. It sounds really weird. But like big books, big sketchbooks I don't like. I like the small, but I only like small ones for like journaling. Yeah, because you've got loads of little books as well. This is not. I'm not doing it the way. It's not looking the way I want to look. That's why I use the receipts, because if I don't like a drawing, I just stick a receipt on top of it, and then it's like it works. And then, do you know what I mean? Like this one, the new. Is this the new one? No, that's an old one. This is the new one. I didn't like this page, so I just stuck order 57 on it. Okay, and then just write around it. If I don't like a drawing, I'll just literally just write I don't like this drawing, and then it adds a bit of character. Show my chicken.
Hold him close to your head.
Like this. Next question. I'm not opposed to reading them, but I wouldn't sit down and go through them. Maybe I will one day, but not now. When I'm older, or like my kids, if I have children. Well, I don't know, because I feel like when you have kids kind of forget that you're a person. Like I only realised. It sounds really self-centered, but I've only just kind of been like, oh, actually, do you know what? My mum and dad had a life before me. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone goes through that, like when they have that realisation, oh, I'm not just the only thing in my parents' life. You know what I mean? And then, because only recently, like I was going through all my dad's old photos from like the 90s, and I was like, shit, he was actually cool as fuck. Not that I don't think that my dad's cool anyway, but like we'll have him going on tour with his band. I don't know, like it's really cool. But then if I have kids, then they can look at that and be like, oh, actually my mum is kind of a person. It all started from my mum had this big book, and I remember I was like 16 and I was looking through it, and it's like, it's not necessarily a journal, it's more of a photo book of all of her pictures and stuff. And I was asking her, I was like, this is so cool, do you have any more? And she was like, no, I don't have any more. And I was like, why? And she was like, I don't know, I just didn't stop making them. So I've got like a photo album somewhere with all my little receipts and stuff, and then I've also got those. And because I've really enjoyed looking through my mum's one, I want my kids to have that. Because if they're anything like me, they'll be like, oh, I want to look through that. You know what I mean? Song of the day, but I can't remember it.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
I don't remember it. It was really nice though. I think also it's to create things that's not for a reason. I think it's really important. It's gone. Creative practice to have two different fields. One that's for exhibitions and work if you're doing like a course, an arty course, and then one for yourself because you're constantly creating and you're constantly practicing it. But one is for people to see and then one is just for yourself. So you're constantly developing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's something wrong for it anyway. Yep, there you go. It goes all clearly now. Wonder why.
Tomorrow night.
But it
gareth yr oddolyn
tomorrow night,
a wen a eilwaith yn ymwneud.
tomorrow night,
Gyrraedd fi am dy erth braf,
tomorrow
ac
night,
yn pob dy ganiad wen yna.
tomorrow night,
Yn twyni'r treithau yn ewyn y môr,
tomorrow night,
dere yn grwydro a chael yn ymwneud.
tomorrow night,
Yn rhan yr ehedydd ym mhysgod y nos, cael feddwl am fywyd ar hyn sy'n gwrs. Ro het ar ben ac yn yr arfer llaw, dim ots os gwynt a mae'r golau yn blaen. Ro wen ar dy weddill